Craig, I think there's only one place to start, and that's Friday's 2-0 defeat against Colwyn Bay. It was certainly a strange night in terms of decisions and how the night unfolded.
Yeah, of course it was. There's a lot of disappointment in getting beat. Of course, we're disappointed in getting beat. We didn't disappoint getting beat in any game, But there was obviously some mitigating circumstances by a third party, shall we say? The officiating was really poor. Some really poor decisions. As a badder decision I've seen in football for a long time, as said enough. It was so plain and simple that there was no contact made, and it was a really bad dive. And you look back and we've got VAR, and it probably would have give a free kick to us, and a yellow card to Jordan Davis. So that's how ridiculous it was. But we've been on the wrong end of a couple of them really bad ones this season. But yeah, really disappointing. Just as much disappointing for Jack Edwards than anything else, because a young goalkeeper that's done fantastically well. He's come into the team, and he's done brilliant. For to have that hanging over him when it was a ridiculous decision. It was never a red card in a month of Sundays plus. So yeah, but we'll move on quite quickly, and we'll go again ready. A good week of preparation. We'll go again ready to play Caernarfon on Friday night.
Yeah, and the game against Caernarfon this coming Friday, is that a good opportunity to show character and bounce back quickly?
Yeah, it is. Of course, it is. Like you said, no one likes getting beat. Certainly I don't like getting beaten. The club and the players don't like getting beat. So we've had a good week's training to date. The lads will be ready to go. I thought we played excellent the second half with 10 men and really pushed the game, and we're very unlucky not to get something out of it. So we took the game to them, which was very positive. We didn't want to sit back and just wimp out of it. So there's lots of positives there. We've reviewed the game. We've reviewed the second half, and we played some good stuff. So we're ready to go. We're excited and looking forward to having a game on Friday night. And like you said, everybody with a bit of pride, a bit of professionalism, likes to have a game as quick as possible to then to get get a win straight away.
Caernarfon themselves, they're going into the game on the back of a defeat. They lost away at Barry this past weekend. What sort of game are you expecting?
Tough game. It always is. It's always a game against Caernarfon. So they've got very, very good attacking options. And they've obviously got themselves into the Welsh Cup final, top six again. So they're a really competitive team with some very good individuals. So we won't be taking it lightly. It'll be a tough game, and we'll be going there, going to win the game. That's what we'll be doing. We'll be going to win the game on Friday. We're going to win the game the next Friday after that, and we'll be going to win the following Saturday after that against Barry away. So yeah, we're looking forward to it, and and possibly people could get minutes and get some game time that haven't, but we'll still be picking the strongest team available.
We've played Caernarfon 4 times already this season. You've won all 4 games. Do you think those games will have any bearing on this weekend's game?
I don't know. Psychologically, maybe. But like I said, we'll come to the end of the season where probably both teams will find they've got a couple of injuries here and there, and obviously Caernarfon have got the Welsh Cup to think about as well. So it's a different. Every game's a different proposition with different problems and different positives and negatives. So yeah, I think it'll be a one-off game, and Friday night the circumstances are, we've won the league 2-3 weeks ago. Caernarfon would be challenging for third place, so they've got a bit to play for. But yeah, I'd imagine they've got the Welsh Cup to think about as well.
And you mentioned wanting to end the season as strongly as possible. Have you been still setting targets internally for the final few games?
Yeah, win every game. Simple as that. From day one to the last game of the season. That's the biggest and boldest target we look for every game, every competition, every week, no matter how we play, home or away, whatever the competition is, to win every game. So you start off the start of the season in 4 or 5 competitions, and you want to get as far as you can, all and win as many games. That's a be all and end all with us. So yeah, it'll be definitely to win all 3 games we have left.
And as we approach the end of the season, how are the plans for next season taking shape?
Yeah, good. It's always it's a real positive. Getting the League One with 5 or 6 games left, we can have one eye on Europe and get some planning done. We can organise pre-season. We can look through our recruitment. We can just look forward to it. Just gives, because it's such a quick turnover. When you finish the end of the season, predominantly the lads only have 3 or 4 weeks off maximum, and then we'll have a 6-week build-up for pre-season ready for the Champions League game on the 7th or 8th of July. So it's such a quick turnaround. So it really helps us winning the league as early as possible to give us extra preparation time, and it has done over the last 2 or 3 weeks.
And then finally, Craig, what's the injury situation looking like ahead of the game on Friday. Any positive news on players returning?
Yes, definitely. Owen Farrell will be back in. You know, he's trained for 10 days now. Leo Smith obviously was on the bench the other day. It'd be nice if Leo would get on the pitch, which would be really good if he can. Who else we're looking at? Who missed the game? I'm trying to think who missed the game the other night. I think that's it. Adam Wilson's our only real longer term injury. So everyone else is fit and round to go.